From the home of the Bills since way back in 1973, there's a look at Highmark Stadium just outside of Buffalo, New York. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Cleveland Browns and the Buffalo Bills. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Meanwhile, Stafford's throw taken in there by Crowder. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The Bills at 3-6 now on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
On 4th down, Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. I think you'd have to say Nick Chubb, pound for pound, one of the most powerful runners in the NFL. He proved it there.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again is Watson. He'll find Schwartz complete right side. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. Powers through him. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Amari Cooper His 17th touchdown now on the season.
And the Browns have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Extra point by York is up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it. But I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up and negate the touchdown that was just given up.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
York now for the extra point.
It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0.
No, I'm not getting different plays, bro. This is my last season. I'm finna quit this game, bro. This shit doesn't make sense. Aggressive cats don't work. Zones don't work. Man don't work. This shit just retarded, bro.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
21. 10. Omaha, ready, move.
Stafford. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Easy to learn.
They'll try the jet sweep. Stafford pops it forward.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Middle.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
They snap it to Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Davis.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
Real right, 22.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
21. Hurry. 11. Like 7. 59.
Stafford looks to throw again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
When you run into slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins. So on 4th down, out is Tyler Bass in the Buffalo field goal unit.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and they're taking it right down Broadway. 30, past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play.
That's what I'm saying about this game, bro. How you block a field goal when it's a perfect kick? It ain't no delay, no nothing, bro. Nigga drop a right ass open pass. I'm done with Madden, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't care what nobody say, bro. I'm done with this broke ass game. I'm just finna play fucking duty. That's it, bro.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20.
In search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there.
And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Browns are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that makes this 35-0 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Riley Harrison.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Watson off play action. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Watson now to throw.
Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Second and goal from inside the 5. From the gun, here's Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half.
And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by York is up and good.
And it is 42-0.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The final shot before the break, Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Riley Harrison.
And the Browns are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. The Browns drive about to get started.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw, Watson.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception's really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Stafford's throw here taken in by Knox.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
22! Hey, 22!
Play action, Stafford.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
On the move to his left. He's got a man. It's his fullback. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact,
there he goes right side. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up
It's
significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Returnable for Grant. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line. Chubb on the counter.
120 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run it again with Chubb. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1.
Got a man, and Schwartz complete. He's going to have the 1st down and then some.
Touchdown, Browns. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game.
And the Browns will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing. As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
3rd down, here's a run by Cook.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And now here is another interception. Picked off by John Johnson.
And the Browns will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Now Stafford. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards. First down. They run the counter with Cook. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
On 2nd and 10, Watson drops it off for Chubb. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Third and long, it's Watson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We're facing a big fourth quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. This offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. From the 27, Stafford. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here's Hines. And he's going to be taken down right at the line.
Set. Omaha, remove.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Stafford.
Throwing the out route, and Crowder makes the catch.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, it's Stafford. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. The Browns drive about to get started.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Watson. He's got a man, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And Watson's going to throw it here. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you could always get the backup some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. On 1st down, it's Watson. And he'll get this one to Cooper, complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
CD, it'll go into the books as just one win, but this is a really impressive win. They've done it on defense, and here they continue to do it on offense. Another score in the 4th quarter to widen that advantage.
I like where you were going with that one. Would you say, partner, it was really 3 victories today? Landslide on the scoreboard, emphatic victory on either side of the ball. They really got it done.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
On second down, Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Throwing now, Watson. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently.